So hopefully we're not going to repeat the same things over and over
Yeah,
again.
I mean, I think it's been quite a while since I've had mine done here.
Really? Yeah, I can't remember actually.
It must be like last November or something.
Was it? So we're going to that.
It's been really long because I came with my friend, but I didn't get mine done.
Oh, you didn't get yours done, did you? No.
And then we did like a explanation video about palm lines, and then I did the Reiki. I don't think I've actually done the palm reading since like last
Quite a while
year.
now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really excited. It's been so long.
Let's see how it all goes.
I love the teacup you've got there, by the way. It's really cute.
The teacup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all the astrological things in it.
Ah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it was a present actually years ago, and it came with a little booklet, and I never got around to using it because you know, like with well, Turkish coffee, they kind of, you know, you drink a little bit, and they turn it upside down. Same with the tea.
Yeah.
And then with the tea, I don't know. I think you drink it, put it out, and then swirl it around, and then you see the patterns there. I've never done that. I should try it actually once.
Yeah, because I've seen a similar thing with like tea leaves before, where they'd like read the markings
Yeah,
on the
that's
tea leaves.
it. It's a similar thing to that. Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh,
And they're all different. They're just different symbols, like that.
Wait, are these no? They're not the zodiac symbols, are they? Are they?
No, it's kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's just a decoration because it gives you an idea of what you're meant to. I must use it sometime.
Yeah, it's
all this time, I've never
fascinating.
used that. It's nice though, yeah.
I always get excited when I look around your room because there's so much interesting stuff.
Yeah, so much as places like a museum.
It's nice. So it's also cozy.
Lots of things. Yeah. Thinking of buying a gong.
Oh.
We were talking about buying a gong for more sound.
Oh, sound healing.
Did you have a sound bath?
I did a tiny bit in the Reiki session.
No, you never went anywhere else where they do.
Oh.
Like, you know, the friend of ours that we were talking about.
No, I haven't.
You never did that.
I've had sound healing as part of sessions, but never like the full sound.
With the sound bath, you usually, I mean, I think an hour's too long, but most people lay down for an hour. And then they'll use the bowls, which I do. They'll use the rain stick sometime. I've got a rain stick. The drum sometime, and they'll use the gongs. And a friend of ours, they've got a ship, and they've got 5. She's got the room. She's got 5 gongs. These massive big gongs, and I understand her husband was organising it as well. And the sounds that they get out of them. I mean, sometimes it's not always. Some people will like the sound, and some people won't. There are kind of nice sounds and weird sounds. I mean, even though it's coming from a gong, it can be kind of a bit haunting sometimes. Quite loud. It's weird, you know. There were a couple of sounds where I probably wasn't keen on actually. The others were quite nice, yeah. But if I did it, I'd be more into kind of just a gentle sort of thing. And that sort of thing,
I quite like the higher pitched sounds. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's but it's a really interesting thing. I mean, seems to be quite in thing at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot around London.
Have you?
Sound
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was doing it in Hyde Park or something that he said.
Oh.
Yeah, they said like, don't miss this chance. I'm only here once.
Yeah, I definitely need to try one. Especially if you do, I'll definitely come try one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that. I mean, I could always add it, you know, because I've been doing this hypno healing. So like I said, you know, so I would do the Reiki, and then I would just talk about 10 minutes, like say like the shield. So it's a self-police thing with a protection from negative energy. You know how to send that energy back as well, that kind of thing. So there's loads of little things like that.
Definitely something new. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, it's quite nice. So, do you use your right hand for writing?
Yes, right hand.
In that case, I should look at your left hand first, and then we'll go to the right. Many people use the both. Well, they look at both hands, but I've got in a habit over the years just looking at the left hand first and then the right hand. This is more of a traditional way. Some people, when you're left-handed, it can be reversed and that. But I look at this hand. This is our inner emotions. This is our it's inner self, what we've inherited, what we've been given. It's the emotional, the feminine side, and all those things that we'd like to happen, really. What you've been given, the right hand's what you're making of your life, what you're achieving. That's more the practical how you like to present yourself to the world, how people see you. So that's what you're sending out. This is the inner self, really, like that, you know. That works together. And, you know, in India they would read the left hand for a woman, the right hand for the man. So this is this kind of left and the right side of the brain kind of tactics, you know. Left side being in the logic goes to the nervous system, goes to the right side of the body on the physical aspect, and vice versa. Right side on that creative, emotional side, and that kind of like that. So it sort of works like that. Nice nails.
Thank you. I'm so glad I got them done. I've never had my nails on camera like this before.
Little bit of stress showing under the nails there.
Oh, really?
So I didn't see that. Yeah. Have you been stressed kind of recently at all?
Quite, yeah. Quite
shows a little bit
schedule.
there. You know, I mean, the nails can be 6 to 8 months to grow out, but that's quite recent, unless there's been stress in the past and it's come back again.
The nail varnish would have been about a month ago, so it would have been after that.
Yeah. It took me a while to realise that. I thought that might have been a fashion. All the nails like half missing, you know.
Oh.
It's just that they're growing out.
Yeah, it's because they're growing, yeah. The gel grows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should take them off soon.
The nails can tell us a lot when I can see them.
Yeah, sorry.
Shape.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. You know, different shapes, colours and everything, really. You can pick up quite a bit from that. Okay. No, you have nice, you have quite long, you know, long palm and that. That's, but shorter fingers means you're an active person. You do like to get things done, you know. You don't want to hang around and might be a little bit impatient at times.
Very impatient.
Can be outgoing. Easygoing, outgoing. Creativity. Yeah, you have creativity on the well, Mercury communication there and here as well, so that's good. Shows you are quite a sensitive person. Yeah, that's okay, but you know, it's just very sensitive, I think. You have wisdom to tune into people. And if you're single, you could be setting your standards very high to be quite idealistic in that sense. A lot of countries showing on your hand there. Different countries, different Europe, different places there. One really stands out on your hand. It could be somewhere like, I know you go to Japan and other places. So it could be there. It didn't look as far away as that, but possibly it is.
Yeah, I think you mentioned America last time.
Which one?
America.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking it's the States and that, yeah.
I think that's come up a few times.
Yeah. Which end do you prefer? Is it like West Coast or?
I've never been. I have like zero connection to America.
I'm not sure. I'll check on the right hand after. See where it's going. It shows you're a very adventurous person, but you would always return home, back and forth, if you know where home is.
Yeah. I was a bit worried because my palms look really dry today. My hands are so dry.
Mm. No, it shows you do give a lot of yourself to others. That's good. As long as it's not draining your energy at times. Yeah.
Mm.
Bit of emotional stress, but I'm just wondering actually. I might be wrong about this, but well, I'm going to ask. How's your eyesight? Is it good? Do you need glasses?
I do need glasses.
Yeah, it's getting that way now. Maybe just for reading or something like that.
Yeah, just for reading.
Just reading.
The computer screen reading.
Yeah. It shows you can put a lot of your time into your work, that's for sure.
Sounds about right.
You're always busy.
Always working.
And you have a good memory as well.
I don't feel like that recently. But I think I do. I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Good, strong, long lifeline.
It's always good
That's
to hear.
great. Possibly you might have one watching over you in the spirit world. It always, I know it's very difficult. Sometimes it can be like a family member, grandparent that's passed on at times and that, yeah.
Okay.
You've got strong teaching abilities
Really?
showing up there, yeah. And you never taught, have you? Never done any teaching at all?
Not really, no.
Nah. Well, it doesn't have to be teaching. I mean, you know, it can be just showing other people how to do things in different ways, and maybe like if you've got a business, employing people, bossing them all around. I can't imagine you doing that. But...
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not very good at being bossy, I think.
No. Shows you will not be alone in your old age. That's good. Different times, there's many cycles in our lives, and the lines change obviously in, well, 2 to 3 months. The lines can change on our hands as we think. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Depends in what's going on in a person's life, you know. But yeah, different times that various things show up on the hands. And how old are you now?
26.
26 now, yeah. So the late 20s is quite a common time, and it does show branches, the lines branching out around the late 20s there, 27, 28. So I don't know, you know, maybe you're going to get married or something like that around that time,
Okay.
or some big change. It looks quite positive.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, emotionally, mentally and emotionally, that's showing up very strong on your hand there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, it seems to be a big one for you. Well, you know, within a couple of years' time, that will be quite important.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it can be also important for moving and families, friendships, moving, that kind of thing. So, you know, it looks like it can be quite an important time for you. Are you kind of happy where you are at the moment, where you live?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Can be a bit melancholic, you know, withdrawing from the world, need your own space, need to, let's see, is there maybe just to be around nature really as well. It's the common times are quite often late 20s and mid 30s, and another big change, mid 30s as well.
Okay.
That would be a really important time. Sometimes it could be having a first child or something like that around that time, if you're ready for it. Have you actually done any writing or anything like that?
A bit, yeah.
I think that would be good for you in the future. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you can combine it with what you're doing as well with this kind of thing. You know.
Oh, interesting.
That would be very good, actually. Yeah. Oops. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Yeah, you've got a nice fork there on that headline. This is your mentality where it goes across, and your fork there. That can show many different things. Writer's fork even, but it shows you know, openings for opportunities for different things as well. Just focusing on the career here. Definitely a career that builds, becomes stronger, more positive. And two things do show up on your hand there, you know, 2 different careers really. Showing 2 sources of income in the future. So if they're not now, if they're not to now, there will be in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
So interesting. It feels like a lot of the stuff coming up is quite different from last. Like it feels like it's moved on a lot.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Might be more, but two stand out.
That's cool.
It does show you being in some kind of authority. Are you in a? You're not in a managerial position at the moment, are you, with work?
No.
Later on, now whether that's your own business or something else, I'm not quite sure at the moment. I'll check the other hand. The lines are a little bit faint around it, but this definitely shows kind of management, or so maybe it's your own company, and then you're employing people in the future at some point tonight. May not be just yet, but it will come. When you get to the age of about 36, that would be a really good time for. No, it's a long way off from now. 10 years of time.
10 years.
But that would be a really important time for your work and expansion.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't mean to say everything comes to a standstill before that time, but that's going to be an important time.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good success, carries on. Well into your old age, you'll always be busy. Okay. So, just looking to see what else shows up on the hand now. Your health looks pretty good. Let's go all the way. Do you get any kind of allergies like eczema or asthma?
I can get quite dry skin.
Which one?
Dry skin.
Oh, dry skin, that right.
I don't have asthma though.
Yeah, the more I look at this, I'm sure, I don't know, I couldn't be 100% sure, but America looks very strong for the future. And I don't know if you're going to work there, but there will definitely be some strong connection. Have you got family there?
No, I have not much connection to it.
Definitely a connection there for some reason, huh? Okay, what else we got? Decisions, there will be decisions made in on the financial side of things, but that's okay. It's just kind of building, I guess, you know what I mean? Like making decisions and moving forward. That's as time goes on. Career, the path of the career path looks very steady. It looks like you kind of stick to what you know more or less.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
June?
Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini.
Okay, Gemini, yeah. So you do like to be a bit busy, and the twins are over there and over there sometimes.
Sounds
But the career looks pretty steady.
That's good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really desire any change in my career at the moment, so just looking out for new things, I guess. But I don't want to change.
So there's probably like opportunities at different times, but ones that really stands out is around late 20s, about mid 30s, and probably early 40s, I think. But it could be many in between that, you know, and I'm just kind of seeing things that really open up for you as well. Okay, let's just have a look at the side. It's a good relationship showing. One child that stands out. I don't know. Between 1 and 2 children. Would you like children?
Yeah.
How many?
I'd want 3.
5, 6, 7, 8.
3.
Yeah, it's probably 2 there actually. The one that just stood out, maybe that's the first one. Let me just check. Sometimes they show up strong. Well, sometimes they show up nearer the time as well. You know what I mean? When
okay.
when it's
It's
time to
probably
come.
quite far away.
Yeah, I can see kids on your hand. I'm just trying to pick up. You know, they're not maybe not all yours. They could be just friends, families, or people around you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's 2. I wasn't sure. Could be a boy first and a girl second.
Okay.
Yeah. But I might be wrong. It might be the other way around.
Yeah,
I think
I
it
wouldn't
should.
mind either way, as long as they
Let's
have one of
go.
each.
Yeah. I said something like that the other day to someone. They said, "Oh, I was hoping it was going to be the other way around."
Oh no!
But it's not always guaranteed it would be like that. It's just and they're a little bit faint on the hands, so I couldn't be too sure. But then I'm seeing a boy, and then I saw a girl, so I think, oh, maybe that's first. But
I'm happy if there's one of each. It'd be sad if I had 3 boys or something. It sounds like a lot of energy and effort.
I didn't see any twins, as far as I'm aware. You haven't got any twins in the family?
No twins in the family. I don't think I'd want twins either.
No. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got everything I can see on this hand. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the right one. So this is really, we could say this is confirmation of that hand. They usually kind of match up on that. You know. Shows you like to do your own thing, regardless of what people tell you. Could be a bit stubborn at times. But in general, you usually go think a little too much as well. Probably analysing things. I think you've got kind of a good sense of rhythm and timing. I don't know. Might not be for dancing, but it could be sport or something. Have you ever done any sport or anything?
I did. I used to dance for like many years.
Did you? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe it's a dancing then. Yeah. I always say when the little finger goes forward, you're ready to move on with something. Time for changes.
I wonder what.
Yeah, well, just opening to new beginnings, because let's have a look. This hand, the career, definitely looks like it's progressing, becoming stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. Has there been any, there's no been major changes in what you're doing, is there?
No changes, just like growth, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely, kind of promotion maybe or something like that coming up. Good successes there. There will be some kind of decision in your work. Maybe not yet though, in the near future sometime. But it looks like you still carry on doing what you're doing. It's just maybe it's just a branch that comes off of it, new experience in something.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's related or something a little bit different as well, because you have got 2 things going on there. Definitely may need to wear glasses for reading or something like that. The lifeline's nice and solid and strong. vitality, fighting off illnesses, if there were any. That's good. Yeah, I'm still seeing this country. I don't know. It's kind of looking more East Coast now. I'm not sure exactly, but it definitely looks like America. Unless it's another country that you really enjoy being in or going to. Is there anywhere else? I mean, okay, you've been to Japan.
Yeah, other than that, I haven't really been travelling recently at all.
No,
so this
I
will be
really,
in the future.
yeah, I did feel this is America.
Yeah,
Or
I think you say
USA.
each time. You always say it's
Right.
America, so...
Yeah, it's definitely there. I mean, what kind of connection, I'm not sure in the future, and I don't know.
Absolutely no idea.
But yeah, maybe it's somewhere you like, and then you could go more than once and that.
Yeah, I'd like to visit. I've never been.
It's kind of strange though. It looks like some connection there. It definitely shows the changes on this hand to do with that late 20s again. You know, very important time that will be for you. You have almost the hand on the heart line, which is this. You've got the emotions, mentality, vitality. Three major lines: heart, head, and lifeline. And on your heart line, it looks like you've got a very similar one to Barack Obama. I remember reading his one for the News of the World, and it's kind of like extremes. Part of you emotionally holds back, and the other parts give so much, like that.
Right.
It's sort of to the extremes.
That's so interesting.
So I suppose in a way that's kind of a good balance if you can maintain that balance.
I got told I did like one of those MBTI quizzes, and I was the same one as him as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it shows, you know, strong idealism in a way. Sometimes fingers, like this is supposedly the physical nature, so if that gets a bit plump, then you might be easy gaining weight and that kind of, but it's okay at the moment.
Thank gosh.
Physical, mental, spiritual, or idealism.
Okay.
And it depends on the lengths, and it depends on the fingers as well, because they all represent different things. So, you know, if that's partly larger than these phalanges, then that could be more important at some times and that. But not only that may only be from that on that finger, which is I could explain to Jupiter, which is achievements and confidence and courage and that. But it may be different on this finger, you know. So the idealistic side is more, maybe a bit more pronounced on that one, which is more communication, Mercury and that. So they can all. I used to work out timings as well, you know, like, and I thought, oh, I can't do this, it's too much, so I left that one.
I never knew that though, that's so interesting.
There's a lot. When I teach the palmistry 10-week workshops, we go through so much, you know. We can spend ages just on the nails and that, and the shapes of the fingers, the way they bend sometimes and that, you know. Thumb, this is your logic, thinking, and this is the action, the willpower. So there's more thinking than action. Even though you're an active person, you seem to do treble the thinking.
That sounds very good. Yep, yep.
Okay. Well, it looks like you will be busy for many years to come.
Hopefully with some rest.
Yeah, you'll get bored if you stop.
Fair enough.
28. There's a country which I thought was America, and there's another one further away. Maybe that's Japan or somewhere like that. Yeah. I mean, maybe there's other countries there as well, but those two stood out quite a bit. And always returning home, like I said.
Do the lines for the different countries appear different then? So like, would Japan and America look very different to each other?
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult. It's not always 100% accurate, but and I get a feeling for it, or sometimes maybe from experience where I've read like 30,000 people's hands, so I'm kind of saying, oh, where are you from? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But it can vary, you know what I mean? Because we've only got like that much to put the world in. So it's a bit of a squeeze sometimes.
Bit small.
But no, it's I mean, it could be somewhere like Hong Kong, Korea, but because I know you've connection with Japan, so that's probably more likely to where it is, and not somewhere far away. It's not really standing out too much at the moment, but the strange thing is, there are other lines that point to that country, which could be connection, like relationships, work, and that. Have you been there on work at all to Japan?
No, but most of my work is Japan Japanese related.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what I know.
That's really interesting.
But maybe maybe there's that connection as well there for the work in the future.
That would be wonderful.
It's kind of I don't know actually. I was going to say the lines aren't kind of connecting at the moment, but they are pretty strong on that level. So that could come in the near future, Yeah, it's about not much else to see at the moment. Let's check the side of the hand again. That's okay. Maybe relationships look good. Okay. I mean, there are many things such, well, I don't know, can't say exactly what they are, but things show up as time goes on throughout your lives, but I try not to go too far down the line. There's no point really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all I can say really at the moment. It all looks pretty good. Yep, I think that's it really. Maybe good to do some dancing again.
Yeah, oh thank you, that was so
Get
interesting.
back into it. Looks good though.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, it's always so fascinating.
Yeah, there's a lot to see. I mean, there's so much to teach and learn, but obviously not everybody has got all the traits in one person's hand, you know what I mean? There's so much other thing. And that comes up at different times now. Even the tips of the fingers, the round tips, pointed, spatulate, they all have different meanings. For the characteristics. Yeah, and the shapes, of course, of the hand, the width, the lengths, the way they bend, and even rings on fingers. And
hard to remember.
So there's quite a bit. Yeah, it's an interesting subject.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll just get my glasses, my magnifying glass, see what goes on. Otherwise, I can't see much. People say, "Oh, read my hand." I say, I can't really see at the moment. So. Well, it's nice to meet you, Hannah.
Nice to meet you as well.
And hopefully I will give you a nice reading.
Yeah.
Do you use your right hand for writing?
Yes.
I'm going to look at the left hand first.
Okay.
So the left hand is always, well, not always, but in a developed way, it's more like this is what you've been given on the left hand. That's what you're making of your life. Or it's like the hopes and wishes, things we'd like to achieve, and the right hand's what you're making of your life. In India, they would read left hand for a woman, right hand for a man. I think maybe even China it could be reversed than that. Yeah. Let's look at the back of the hands. Lovely nails.
Thank you. I love getting my nails done.
A ring on this finger kind of shows you like to be in control there, a little bit of power. Okay, you've got very nice warm energies. That's great for, well, I always feel that energy, and I always say great for healing, but it could be helping people in any way on that level. I'll just bring that down a bit. And I'll check the fingerprints as well. Okay. That shows you're an easygoing person. See what else we got. See a few countries on your hand for travelling then. Now you did mention before you were from Portugal, so that line there could possibly be somewhere like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are faraway countries also showing. Have you been to, Portuguese, have you been to Brazil?
I haven't, but I've always wanted to go to America.
America, really? Okay.
And live there, so.
Oh, yeah, well, it's somewhere far away on your hand anyway, so maybe that could be it in the future. It kind of shows you may always return home, but you are adventurous. It shows that on your hand as well. Okay, you've got a nice, strong and long lifeline. And a little bit of protection around you from accidents, illnesses, travelling. It doesn't always stop things happening. And it's not uncommon, but it is a backup. And I mean, I'm not working as a medium, but it looks like you might have one watching over you in the spirit world.
Okay.
And that, well, I don't know. Sometimes it can be a grandparent or someone like that.
Yeah.
Did you have someone close to you?
I think it would be my mum's grandma, so my great-grandma.
Okay,
Yeah.
And it shows you have a lot of wisdom to tune into people. That's good. A significant time in people's lives is kind of this late 20s really, and it does show a little bit of a big change there. How old are you now?
25.
Okay, so in 2 to 3 years' time, that will be quite a significant change. It looks like there will be opportunities for you there. Okay. It could be traveling, moving. Could be a relationship. That will be a very important time around that time for you. Okay. When's your birthday?
8th of June.
Ah, Gemini. I like to be busy. The twins are that.
Yeah.
It shows a little bits of stress, but kind of, maybe going even back quite a way as well. But it doesn't look like things you can't deal with. And that's probably, in a way, I suppose, with a Gemini, that's probably good because you're kind of moving on. You can sort of get on with things and that. It does show you can give a lot of yourself to other people. I think there's a good balance of emotions there and a good mentality, strong mentality, working with people and that kind of thing, good memory. Shows you have good memory,
No idea.
Yeah, it does show on your hand a significant change, but that can be any time, moving countries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that could have been from the past.
Yeah.
Maybe even in the future and that. I'm just kind of looking on the outer edges and then we'll sort of zoom in a bit actually. Okay. Looks like you're going to be busy for many, many years to come. You'll always be doing something.
That's good.
Probably because you'll get bored if you're not working.
Yeah, I have to be busy.
And you will definitely be in some kind of authority with people.
Okay.
You know, whether that's management or some other position.
Yeah.
When you mention America, would it be like California, Florida, or anywhere like that?
Yeah.
California?
Yeah, more California.
Yeah, I thought it did look more like West Coast rather than
Yeah.
East Coast. Like,
Yeah.
Career is kind of self-made, and it does show, which is kind of for most people. Obviously, you need to enjoy what you're doing, otherwise you would get bored and that
Yeah,
kind
of course.
that like that. I see. Well, I see a new beginning for your career, which doesn't look like it's started yet.
Okay.
So that's going to be. And then there will be a decision to be made about that. It looks like a fairly steady path. I'm not sure if there are kind of maybe two choices in the beginning. There's sort of two there, but it goes into one. So I don't know whether you make up your mind or maybe there's two options. I'm not sure. No, you know. But then you make a decision and then it just goes straight ahead and that. There is a good success that comes from in the future at some point outside sources, which can be if you've got your own business or some kind of self-employment. You know, that can be. Was that your intention?
Yeah, I'm self-employed, like mixture of self-employment. I have my own business as well.
Oh, you got it. You have it already, do you? Okay. I was going to get to the business, and I could see a business there, but I wasn't sure exactly when it was coming. Actually, oh, that's really great. Yeah, I mean, it shows always working with people, and that kind of thing. Good success is showing, but I mean, I was thinking like maybe I'm out of time, but out of timing. But it did look like there was a career waiting to happen for you. So I don't know. You're working at the moment.
Yeah, so I work like stage door, but that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is like my own business with jewelry and also acting, which is like self-employed. Which is
okay, well maybe that's what it is, the acting that's yet to come and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it does show something that carries on for many years. Let's see about this one. Yeah, I mean, I just feel there's still something there for you to start.
Okay.
It did show a little bit of a setback in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, acting's not an easy profession, so
it's not.
it might be something like that. And then you really, I don't know, it looks very good on the hand and that, you know, it looks really strong.
That's good.
And it will carry on for many years. Good success is shown. Okay. I mean, like I said, when you get to that late 20s, that will also be a big time for some kind of opportunity for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know most people that are doing acting always want to end up in California.
Yeah.
LA or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
It's not easy out there.
Yeah, it's not.
You know. But it shows on your hand, you know, somewhere far like that. And it goes on for many years, like I said, the career. Okay. It shows you can have a long-lasting relationship with somebody, whoever it might be in the future.
That's good.
That will carry on. There might be a slight idealism there. So if you're choosing a partner, you might set your standards quite high, which is okay. but it could take a little longer sometimes
Yeah.
to meet that person.
Yeah.
I can see you're independent. That's okay. Sometimes they can conflict, a little bit of strong independence
Yeah.
and idealism. It's kind of like, well, I don't know. It's relaxing. Do you know what I mean? So if you weren't with anybody,
Yeah.
it's actually relaxing and
Yeah.
not worrying about where it's going. You know what I mean? Just remaining in the present time and just allow it to flow. Really, that kind of thing. 20. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening, even late 20s, emotionally, and like I said before, on a mental plane. Let's see what else shows that. I think there seems to be, like little bits of stress coming up and down until possibly it's a lot less when this change happens. I mean, whether that's coming up now or just in the very near future, but it will open up and you'll be maybe more relaxed or something like that. Have you had a lot of stress in the past?
Yeah, I'm a very stressful person.
Really? Yeah.
But I think I've been, recently I've been aware to it, so I'm dealing with it.
Yeah, this is it. When we're aware, when it's in the conscious state, then we can deal with things. And that's the most important. And that maybe is around now then, I'm seeing, because I did see quite a bit of stress in the past, and that, but then something opens up. He shows you, I see a little bit of melancholiness. So it's funny, isn't it? The Gemini is like, communication, helping, not help, but communicate with people, but maybe burn yourself out sometimes. So you need that little bit of a detachment from the world.
Yeah.
And that's what it kind of shows. Not too much, just a little bit there. Shows you're kind of ready to move on now with things, that's for sure. And another thing which can be quite common with people is you can give a lot of yourself. You give a lot of your energy out to people.
Yeah.
So that's another one which is great to do that, but you just got to find the balance. To know when to just you're not being drained of energy and that sort of thing. I'm not too sure about this, but I'm just going to ask: do you get any allergies or anything? Do you have any allergies?
A little bit. So, I feel like they've developed more recently, but I'm allergic to cats, I'm allergic to dust. My mum's really, really allergic to things, heavily allergic, and I'm a little bit less.
Right, okay, yeah. It showed something, but I wasn't sure. Sometimes it doesn't happen with people, and sometimes it's there and that, I mean, well, I mean, I'm not working as a doctor, but the health line on your hand, they look pretty solid and that, that looks quite good. Maybe a bit of digestive issues there.
Yeah, I have IBS.
Oh, you got the IBS, okay. Quite often that shows up around the stomach area on the hands there, but I didn't see it too much on this hand, but I do see the stress there.
Yeah.
A little bit of a blockage, again, not too much, but a little bit of a blockage on the creative side. So, you make your own jewellery, do you? Yes. I mean, that's really creative and that. But sometimes maybe, I don't know, something needs to be flowing a little bit more and that, just that maybe with the acting might help you to express things and that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's definitely a decision yet to come in your work, in a career, which hasn't happened yet, and so that looks really fulfilling because it just really is strong and that is positive. Okay, I think I've got everything on this hand I can see actually. I'll just check on the side there. So coming to the relationships on this hand, always the hardest subject, the trickiest subject, because it takes two or more people.
Yeah.
There's like relationships that break, and then it kind of rejoins, and I don't know, that may not be the same person. It could be just, layers of moving on with other people.
Yeah.
Potentially there is a long relationship. Communications is very important with each other, and that's really important. There's the relationship that could carry on for many years, but I'm just seeing this kind of little bit of a break, and I'm not sure if it's the same person or whether it continues with somebody else and that. Are you in a relationship at the moment?
No, I've broke up a relationship like 3 years. It was 3.5 years.
Right.
Yeah, we've been broken up.
Okay. Well, there is an element of this might have been in the past. You do your thing, partner does theirs. So you're kind of keeping that independence there, in a way. But it doesn't have to be necessarily like that in the future. I see something, I don't know, sometimes we just have to go through life and gain the experience with other people until you find the right one. And that will happen. The children are very faint on your hand, but there are between 1 or 2 children showing. Now, because the line's changed as little as 2 to 3 months, that could show up stronger, and that kind of might show on the right hand. I don't know. But there's like 1 that kind of stands out, and maybe 2 there. Do you think you'd like children in the future?
Yes, but the maximum was like 2. I wanted twins.
Did you? Twins? Oh yeah. They are quite. They look very close together. I usually see a marking of twins, but not always. So I'm not seeing the markings of twins, but they're. Oh, hang on, I'm saying that. Maybe I am seeing it. No, actually, I might be able to see that. There's a can be a Y shape. Sometimes when you get a Y shape, that can be twins. Sometimes, and it's just a very faint marking here, coming down here. I don't know. So possibly, did you feel that you were going to have twins?
It's weird. I always have, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because nobody in my family has twins.
Right.
At all.
Because
I don't know.
That's weird. Because I've seen a lot of women, and they said, "Oh, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm going to have twins." So possibly. I told someone when I worked in Camden once, Camden Lock, I said, "I'm sure there's twins on your hand." 5 years later, she came past us, my place, and said, "Oh, there's the twins you were talking about." But it's kind of touch and go, can't be 100% sure.
Yeah, of course.
And sometimes it can be, well, with other people, it can be their families, but you've got no one around you with twins and that kind of. So, there could also be a relationship that still there in the future, that a little bit of that distance between you, but then something carries on, and that could be sometimes if they're not in the same place as you, another country, or it could be emotional distance. You know what I mean? Sometimes not physical, but you're not sure about them, or maybe you're just busy, and it's like you're getting on with your thing. There's quite a bit of travelling on your hand there for the future. Okay. Okay, let's go to the right hand. So this right hand is more confirmation. Shows you definitely think too much, you maybe worry about things. You also like to do your own thing, regardless of what people may ask you to do or tell you and say to you. Shows possibilities of writing or something like that as well. Maybe not sure with the designing your own jewellery. That's also very creative. So I don't know. You haven't done any writing at all, have you?
I used to do writing, not like publishing, but just poems. I like short writing. I don't do plays.
Well, you never know. You know,
Yeah.
if you're doing acting, you might want to get into
Yeah.
writing scripts in the future or something like that. Yeah, the real markings that show up on you is that you need glasses, which you're doing. You're wearing them. That is very common when I see that on people's hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes they resist it though. They said, "Oh, yeah, I do need them, but I'm not when I'm wearing them now."
No, I love seeing, so I need to see.
Still got that nice lifeline and protection there as well. It shows you do have a kind of a good sense of rhythm and timing, so that would be great for dancing and acting. Success is still yet to come. More success is there, and that, yeah. Um, 20. Yeah, it's very common, these sort of cycles in our lives, but the late 20s really does show up. I mean, I'm saying late 20s, 27, 28.
Yeah.
It seems to be a big one for you. A lot of opportunities. Maybe it takes you to the States then, because it will be an important time for moving as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, the countries, lines change and the countries could show up stronger in the future as well. And I can see places like America there, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's not really hitting me at the moment, so that could come in the future though, you know, that will really change, you know. But I would definitely say if it's anywhere, it's more like California or something. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to know sometimes which path you're going to take, really. But I do see something that you really enjoy. So whatever that is, you will continue with that. Yeah, that's good. Some people just need to do their own thing, you know what I mean? Rather than work in an office 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Well, this hand is showing a nice, strong relationship anyway. It's not showing me the children at the moment, but I did see something on there anyway. And that carries on. The relationship builds. It's sort of, like I said, you know, I'm not sure if there's a bit of a distance in the beginning or something like that, but then it builds and it becomes stronger anyway, whatever it is. And that carries on. I see on this hand, it can show 2 major relationships. So what's the longest time in the past that you've had a relationship on?
The 3.5 one.
Right, okay. So it might have been, that's probably what I have seen as a past one, you know. But there is one in the future that goes on. So looking on that hand, which I usually get more results from, there is a little bit of that kind of little bit going here and, you know, a little bit of jumping and moving around, which could be the same person in the future. But then it seems to carry on, you know, then it becomes more solid than that, you know. Well, this hand is showing a good balance on a mental outlook and a mentality and emotions as well. That's great. And it definitely shows you can achieve things, put your mind to it. shows a little bit of stress there, but I think, it's just that awareness, as you said, being aware of it, and, if it gets too much, just relax, switch off if you can. Not easy to do for a child. But both hands show being in some authority at some point in your life, whatever it is. I mean, it could be even acting or something like that, with a team and that. But you would definitely be. No, you're not employing anyone at the moment, are you?
No.
No. I don't know. That will come in the future anyway. Okay. Not too much else to say. There's a good success there. Two things can bring in money for you anyway, but one becomes much more, well, it shows up a lot stronger in the future anyway, which kind of hasn't happened yet. Again, I'm not quite sure about this one. Just going to ask you, has there been any kind of family, I don't know, we all get family issues, but any sort of problems like interfering in your lives with families or anything like that?
Like my family, or like family of a relationship or anything?
Something, anything at all with where it's caused some issues or something like that.
I think so. Well, my family's really like, there's a lot of drama in it, like both on my mum and my dad's side. And there's a lot of like interfering, a lot of like drama, a lot of speaking. I just tend to stay out of it because I can't deal with it.
Yeah,
So
maybe that's why you have to detach and disappear. The other side of the world. And come back occasionally.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it's not easy. I mean, we all get something going on with families and that. But I just saw, little bits of things crossing over the line, interference and all that.
Yeah.
And I think often that can be stress related as well, can't it? Your parents are still together?
Yeah, they're still together.
Okay. Okay. I see changes later on, like I can see in your 30s and going on, new beginnings, opportunities coming up, different things happening. I try not to project, unless something really jumps out at me, I try not to project too far down the line.
Yeah.
It's kind of more, I like to work more in the present, potential future, but bringing out the potentiality, because we're making our future in the present.
Exactly.
So it's all about being here. There's relationships strong on that hand. Okay, I think that's about it really. Just seeing if anything jumps out at me. 20. I would definitely feel you will make a big change by 27, 28, and possibly moving, whether that's going to the States or somewhere like that, making a big decision there. Uh, 30. Yeah, there's a little bit of stress still there. I mean, most of the stress on that hand, it's just most of it's coming down now.
Yeah.
But I could just see a little bit of flaring up. It could even be, like I've said before, getting to that point of 27, 28, and I don't know, something flares up, and then you just change your life again, and move on. So I think that's all I can see and say, really. Yeah, everything looks pretty solid there. And you can definitely achieve things. Put your mind to it, that's for sure. Okay. Actually, more look at that on the side. It's a very distant country. Looks stronger than all the other countries. So it might, it could easily be what your wish will be there now. Yeah. We're moving out there. Okay, I think that's it. And like I said, you're going to be busy for many years to come, because you'll get bored if you stop working. I think that's it. I can't see anything else there. Let me just look at the back of the hand again. Nice ring.
Thank you.
What is that? Is that what stone is it?
I have no idea. My mum's
It's like
ring.
a cameo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Okay.
That ring actually came back to me. I lost it.
Really?
Yeah, I lost it a year ago. And it came back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, that. Yeah, I always believe if it's meant to be, it will definitely return. Okay, I'm just having one more look. Sometimes when I look away and come back, I see different things. No, it's all looking pretty good. You know, we all get ups and downs in our lives. Nothing's perfect, really, but it definitely shows you can achieve things. You know, there's no doubt with that one. Relationships might be a bit tricky in the beginning, but you can sort that one out as time goes on. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Lovely.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
And the lines do change, so you know, nothing's permanent. We have the choice to make decisions and that kind of thing, which is good. Do you go back to Portugal?
We used to go like every year. Now I go every other year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is nice.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go for it. Just bring your chair in a little bit more if you can. Thank you. And which hand do you use for writing?
I use my right hand for writing.
Right hand. So I'm going to look at the left hand first, and then look at the right hand after. Okay. Sorry, just bring your chair in a fraction more if you can get in.
I can,
That's great. Yeah. Got it. So I can get that right in the middle. So this is the hand of emotions, inner emotions, characteristics, things that we'd like to achieve in our lives. Yeah, it's kind of the hopes and the wishes. And the right hand is what you're achieving, what you're making of your life. So we'll check that one out there. You have good energies. Good for massaging.
Oh.
Okay, let's look at the back of the hand first. Healthy now, so that's good.
Oh, thank you.
That looks really good. Just check the fingerprints. It shows you easygoing, adaptable, hard-working.
Oh.
And sensitive as well. Very sensitive.
Thank you.
Good sense of humour. That's okay. That's good. A little bit of stress there, Tom. I don't know, maybe a little bit in the past, and you've seen that bit in the... how old are you now?
I'm at the age where it starts getting a bit harder, but I'm 27.
Okay, so it's quite an important time.
Yeah, I think it's because... So I recently finished my degree, and I think the end of a degree is always stressful. So.
Sure. Well, take care in the future as well. It doesn't show too much, but there's a little bit there.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be, but it could be a bit of stress there in the 30s. So do things you can relax with, you know, relaxation, yoga, meditation, or just go out and enjoy yourself in a relaxed state, you know what I mean? Try not to build up that kind of pressures and that.
Okay. I really enjoy going on walks, so I guess that's sort of thing.
Yeah, that's really good then, that's great.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
May, Gemini.
Oh yeah, Gemini as well. Okay.
So interesting, under this light there's so many tiny wrinkles that I never noticed myself.
You don't always see it, no. It's weird, isn't it? And I've even got, with the magnifying glass, I can see even more.
Yeah.
I don't, I may be far away from this, what I'm going to say, but I just wondered, have you had any, everything's come true, like dreams, premonitions, knowing things?
I don't know.
Maybe you haven't been aware of it in the past. Like it's just that you have there is a possibility that you have this kind of energy to actually to be like that. You know, you have very good intuition, but I don't know. Maybe it's just been pushed aside for logic, you know, like logical world and studying and all that kind of thing. Yeah, but. I don't know. If you, I reckon if you tuned in, it's not developed. If you tuned into that, or maybe not just not ignoring the little things, you know what I mean, like that, which is good actually, because we can't always rule our lives, live our lives by intuition, but sometimes it's good not to ignore them as well. Yeah.
Okay.
It can show us things about them.
I'll try and listen to my inner voice a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's definitely there. You have it. It's quite strong in your hand actually. And see a few countries on your hand there. Some more than others. That could be UK there, I don't know. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 countries, but they may just be, they could be short trips and that.
Okay.
Maybe there's, you never spent any time in America? USA.
I've gone on many trips there.
Have you? Yeah, it's still is it more East Coast?
My most recent trip was East Coast.
But you've been all.
Yeah, the first place I went was on a trip was Hawaii. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
It was very nice.
Yeah. No, just thinking if it was the States, it looked like East Coast was pretty strong. Whether that's a connection for the future for working or doing something else and that, yeah.
Interesting.
Like that. And even your lifeline branches out to that as well. It's interesting, yeah. But again, always returning home, back and forward, wherever home is, if you know where home is.
Oh, that's tough.
I know, some people never know.
Yeah.
You know, just go back and forth, visiting here, visiting there. Like, and that. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't sure if even somewhere in Europe could be important in the future there.
Yeah, I'd be very happy with that. I mean, you'll see in my right hand there, maybe, but I grew up in Spain.
Oh, Spain,
there,
that's probably where it is, and I can see, yeah, somewhere in Europe, really strong on that, right, okay. But I'll check on the right after. I don't think this is too much of a problem, but take care of your back.
Oh,
you've got no problems, have you?
I already have to take care to some extent, because I think I spend a lot of time on my laptop, I think, especially when I was younger.
Bending over.
Yeah, and then nowadays I find my back hurts, like if I work like that.
Yeah.
And,
is it lower back or upper?
Both. It depends on how I sit.
You burn it on the day.
It's one or the other depending on how I sit on the day. I think I don't know which one looks worse on there, but
yeah, I wasn't sure actually. I mean, I was thinking mid back, but it could be up or something. I don't know, but it's hard to tell actually. Something. It didn't show much, but it did show just a little bit there. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I see a lot of people these days. You're driving past, you see the office window or something, and they're all standing up now these days, keeping that posture.
I have one at work too, so.
Yeah.
I should take advantage of it more.
You do have some protection around you, actually. A little bit, yeah. It's doesn't stop things happening, but there is some kind of protection from accidents, illnesses, travelling, negativity. Sometimes that is also spiritual protection. Could have like one or two watching over you in the spirit world. Sometimes family members, others that may have passed on and watching. I don't know. Let's have a look. Kind of one stands out on the hand there.
Oh.
I'm never sure who they are, but sometimes it could be, like a grandparent that's passed on or someone like that. There is a need for security in your life, so a good career would be very important.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to know more about my career.
Yeah, I'll get onto that in a sec. I'm just checking everything. It shows you can definitely achieve things, put your mind to it. Well, it looks like a very steady career.
Okay.
Again, more or less keeping to what, I can see other things coming in around it later on. And maybe even your own business shows up around that. Yeah, that's the point. Could be sooner, maybe a bit later there, I don't know.
Does it look successful?
Yeah, as far as I can tell. I will confirm this on the right hand. But that looks pretty good, actually. It looks good. It looks really strong. Maybe in the beginning, setting up a business might be a little bit. There might be a bit of a setback of some kind of that, but that's okay. You will overcome it. You will be okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's kind of early days for everything. It's kind of things waiting to come up for you.
Okay.
It's like planting the seed, watering it, and then allowing it to grow. And have you got intentions to set up a business in the future?
I think it's something I've always had my eyes on, but it's coming up with the ideas, right?
Well, just what I always say, use your resources. You know what I mean? It's like maybe not always looking far out over there, but use the resources and then expand on it, elaborate on it.
Okay.
So whatever you're good at, then you can sort of add to it. You know what I mean, like that.
Okay.
That would be good because it kind of looks like I don't know. It sort of looks like you stick to what you know more or less in the field and that. Yeah.
That's an exciting feature.
Yeah. I do believe there will be travelling maybe to more than one country to do with your career in the future as well.
It's also good.
I'm not sure about this, but did you have any problems growing up in Spain with or families or the country or anything like that?
I moved around a lot as a kid, so it could be about that.
Yeah.
What sort of...
I'm not too sure what it is. I just saw something there, which was, I don't know, a little bit of interference of some kind. But I'm not sure what it is and where it's coming from. It looks more like somewhere in Europe, though. So, and you said Spain, so I thought it might be coming like that.
I'll have to think about it. Maybe it's stuff that I've forgotten because I was
it could
so
have been
young.
anything like that, a long time ago and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, career is very solid on your hand and that. That's good. Maybe it's because, you're not exactly sure what business it will be, or you're just thinking about it. So the lines aren't too strong at the moment there, but they can develop in the future.
Right.
Potentiality with your business and like that.
Anything I should watch out for on that front?
No, just stress, I think.
Okay.
Don't take on too much that you can't handle, that kind of thing.
I'll keep taking those walks then.
Yeah. No, I mean, career looks really good, actually. I mean, very solid. Like I said, there may be a small setback in the beginning if you started a business or something like that. That's really good. What's your main job now, then?
Software engineer.
Right, okay. Okay, anyway, there's a good career there. Well, success will be there for you.
Thank you.
That's good. Two things do bring in money for you as well. So that could also be a main career and setting up a business. Something like that.
Mm.
Okay. You have lucky markings on your hand. When well, these lucky markings are supposedly windfalls and things like that. Winning the lottery. Most people that have these markings never do the lottery.
Yeah.
Never do. But you never know. One day could come true.
It's always nice to have luck on my side.
Yeah, definitely. There's a really strong relationship showing on your hand there.
Oh,
One that goes on for many years.
it's nice to know.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It looks really good.
Do you ever read your own palm like this?
Occasionally, I might just have a quick look. Say, "Oh, any changes coming?"
Oh,
Well, when I can remember, because I'm always busy and that.
yeah.
But it's funny, you know. Some people, the lines can change sooner than later. Other people, my lines, I don't know. They're kind of sort of know where I'm going. I know what's happening, but it's always interesting to know if there's any branches coming out.
Yeah.
And, and see what's coming up. I could say in the past there was definitely a lot of changes. Maybe I'm a bit more steadier now, not quite, but you never know what's around the corner. I have to check. So you've got a really strong relationship there. There are two children, as far as I'm aware. They look pretty close together on your hand, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's the amount of children I'd like.
Yeah, it looks good. Let's see here. Well, I could also say on your hand, you won't be alone in your old age. You will have somebody there. Is that there? You would definitely be in some kind of management as well, actually. That looks good. It's hard to know when these positions arise.
Okay.
Sometimes when I see breaks on the hand and they branch out to managerial positions, and I'm not sure. I mean, I can see let's see. That would have been in the past. Probably a new beginning of your career, actually. That branched off there. It looks fairly steady. It's a very important time for you. I mean, there could be changes around this time. Yeah, I don't know whether there's any promotion or something like that. Yeah.
Around now?
Could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just started, so I guess it is an important
okay then,
point
right.
in
So
that.
that's the new beginning for that. Yeah. Okay. Now you have a strong headline, so working with people, strong mentality, focusing, that's good. Being able to focus on things. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. See anything else that stands out?
I have like a little, what do you call it, like a spot there? Does that
Yeah,
mean
it's
anything,
kind of, I mean, there are palmists that will really kind of go into that, maybe on the Indian palmists and stuff like that.
Okay.
And some will say, oh, it's very lucky. I kind of, I don't know, if that marking was on one of the lines, then I might sort of say something about it. The only thing I could say about this is your mental aspect.
Okay.
And the only thing I would say, it can be high achievements with that on the positive side. Negative side, take care of the stress.
Okay.
But I try not to put too much in it. But it's
Interesting.
it could be. It will definitely be on that mental aspect, though. You know,
Okay.
the way you're thinking and stuff like that. Yeah, that's okay. Everything. Well, it's definitely moving forward now, really, with a lot of things there. Okay, let's go to the right palm. Thanks.
Do you still want to see the left one as a comparison, or?
Yeah, so
Okay.
so this is the confirmation, really.
Okay.
This is the practicality, what you're making of your life. That's been what you've been given
Yeah.
on the emotion side of the emotions. And this is what kind of you're presenting to the world, really, as well, you know. Yeah, you have very good hands for healing, Reiki, actually.
Oh.
Massaging, healing, you know, all that kind of thing. I could feel your energies, it's very good. And you're quite a tactile person. You maybe like to, yeah, you would like to touch and that, and feel the energy in that as well.
Oh.
Strong teaching abilities.
Oh.
Yeah, very. It can be management sometimes, but you never know. You might be training people, teaching people in the future.
I've really enjoyed teaching in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's very strong on this hand, actually.
Oh.
It always shows up more on the right hand. I see it on the left hand, but it shows up stronger. And I wonder if that's because, so this, if we're going from, where are we, left side of the brain to the right side of the body, which would be languages and physical and maybe the teaching as well, you know, that kind of on the logical scale and that kind of. There's two paths, two careers that run very close together like that. They may not be similar even, but they run alongside each other then. Or they could be the same kind of yeah, you know, same kind of thing you're doing, but a little bit different. And one's more mainstream at the moment. That will carry on. And then there will be changes later on in the career. That may be a big, well, I won't say at the timing at the moment because it's showing up later on, but it could be it could be sooner than that. But that could be a big total changeover with what you're doing. Yeah, so whether that is when you become self-employed or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see that more in like the next 5 years or in the next 10 years, or? I mean, if you don't think you can really.
Yeah.
And I assume there's some uncertainty as well. But
Yeah, I mean maybe there's probably a big change 6 or 7 years time.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean to say things couldn't happen before that time. Do you know what I mean? That can because the lines do change
And knowing this, I guess, will also make things change, right?
Yeah, totally. This is it, isn't it? It's the kind of which comes first, the chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
You're making it happen because, like, really, you know, the future. Well, future hasn't happened. Past is gone, and the only time is the present. And I always say you're bringing that future into the present time, which is making it happen, like law of attraction. And what you perceive out there is returning in every way. Whatever we think, say, or do affects our lives, affects people around us and everything. So it shapes everything, really. Shapes our characteristics, who we are, how we look, and everything. And on the hands as well. So, and this goes back 5,000 years, maybe more. You know, the ancient art of palmistry as well. It was in Japan, and I had an old book.
Yeah.
16th century. I had a copy of it. 16th century Japan palmistry.
Wow.
But that would have come from China, I guess, from then to then. Yeah.
Was it very different to the?
I couldn't understand it.
I guess.
It's all in Chinese writing.
Yeah.
Or
I think in the same way that like academic books here would have been in Latin, I think a lot of books were in Chinese. So.
It would have been in was that katakana?
Kanji.
Kanji, it's kanji.
Yeah, kanji is the one that's essentially Chinese characters.
Kanji,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I should know that from the Reiki. I teach the Reiki. So yeah, I mean, career's great. You know, it's just I see progression. You know, I see building and then a bit of a change and like that. Keeping on, good success is showing. That will build in the near future as well. You still see that tiny bit of stress there, but it doesn't show much on this hand. So you know, it's just being able to relax, I guess.
Yeah. I guess you said also the right hand's more about how I present, right? And
exactly.
Yeah, and I don't like to share that sort of stuff. So I guess maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean, who likes to share their stress, right?
That's true. Some people, I don't know. It's weird. You know, it's kind of like you look on some people's hands, and the stress is like enormous. And there's other people that could have a lot of stress in their lives, and it doesn't show up much. And it's how they deal with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Or maybe suppressing it, you know, whichever. Bit of a blockage on the creative side. So anything you could do in a creative level, that would be really good. That will help you de-stress, especially.
Yeah, I used to like art. Well, I mean, I still do. It's just finding the time for it.
Yeah, that is the thing for most people now. You know, it's like I used to do it, but I don't do it anymore. Have you got family in Spain still? Anyone there?
No, not anymore.
No one there.
I have some very close friends there still.
Yeah, I mean, it's still somewhere in Europe, maybe it's Spain or somewhere, stands out on your hand for the future.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd love to return.
Yeah, a good relationship, as long as you communicate with each other, all should be well.
Okay.
And the two children are there. That's okay. It's funny, you're also idealistic, you know. If you're single, you'd be setting your standards quite high in choosing a partner.
You said maybe east coast of the US with my other hand as well. Sorry if you were reading somewhere else. But
No, it's sure, yeah, no, it's no problem. I'm not sure on this hand actually.
Okay.
It's there, but it's not so strong. Maybe it's because it hasn't happened yet.
Interesting.
Or maybe, I don't know if you've been thinking about it and that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think for software engineers, like the US is always something you think about because
it's an important place, yeah. And I'm not saying it won't happen in the near future, that's for sure. But because I can see faint markings there, it's just like when it connects. You know what I mean? When it happens. I could actually see it very gently the career sort of touching it, but it's not quite connected yet. You know, sometimes I look on people's hands, I say, wow, you know, there's this country just showing up like that, you know, really strong on the hand. And I saw a couple once, they were going to Australia, but I didn't know. I looked on their hand and I thought, wow, it looks like Australia somewhere on your hand. They go, oh yeah, we're emigrating on Monday. And it was really strong, yeah. So it depends really. It's weird how things can show up pretty quick, nearer the time as well. Can never be sure when though, but definitely. I would definitely say the USA is on your hands. It's just question of when, I suppose. Really, and it will become stronger nearer the time there's lions.
Exciting.
Yeah. So I think I've got everything I can see. Your health. Not seeing any problems with the health. A little bit on the back. It's not showing on this hand actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was very slight on that hand, so I guess it's just being aware of that posture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said before, there will be a big changeover in your career. But again, I wouldn't like to put a time into that. It's showing later, but as time goes on, that could come. It's kind of when you're ready for it.
Okay.
You know, with a career too, with the a new business and stuff like that. That's when it will come up. You know. But for now, I mean, even if you start a business now, possibly you'll still be with your career. Maybe you work for a company for a while. That will carry on, you know, until the time is ready. Yeah, I think that's about all I can see and say. 20, 30. Yeah, different cycles, different common times for changes, and they usually do show up on people's hands around the same time. But there's always variations of that, yeah. Whatever's going on in your life and that kind of. But it's weird. It's interesting because the cycles definitely bring things towards us. Times for challenges, changes. Sometimes can be quite hard, you know, and other times it's just we expand. But the challenges are there. Everything's there to teach us something. You know what I mean? And to experience it, whether we like it or not. Sometimes we just get that bigger push as well, you know, when we go in there at that time, the side when it comes around now. And it can also affect, like this year, could be doesn't have to be, but it could be very important for families, friendships, and, you know, it could be things beyond our control as well. Sometimes with a career, moving, health issues if there was anything, but these things when it's really is when things need attention they come up. You know what I mean? It could be anything like that, really. So I think that's about it, really.
Thank you so much.
Also, think too much.
I think that's what my career rests on. That was really fun.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's like it's interesting to see, you know, what is there for your potentiality. Because the palmistry, I always say, is a bit like clarification, confirmation, but it's kind of bringing it to the resources, to the conscious state, and say, that makes sense. I can move on that one now. You know.
Yeah.
More confidently sometimes. You know. That's really good. But well, it looks good on your hand. I think with the business side, I think you just got to focus what you want, and that. But that will come anyway because you only just started the career, haven't you? So it's not really a big deal at the moment. I think you just concentrate on where you're going now.
Okay.
But that's really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.